IFTGTV. Eric, just Eric.
We are on location in Hawaii.
Celebrating our first year anniversary.
Yay! Woo-hoo. Marriage.
Boom.
I love.
Boom. Can you see that?
Probably that way.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to come on and do the most likely couples tag. I saw another YouTube couple do this tag, recording my life. I saw it and I immediately asked Babe if he would do it a couple of weeks ago. I did not watch their entire video because I didn't want to see the questions, you know, so we will go back and watch it. So we're gonna play this game. There are 30 questions and we have our cards. They're pink. So one says SJ and one says Eric. So let's get right into it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Babe, stop.
I'm ready.
We are having such a good time, y'all. All right. So the first question is, who is more likely, and actually we're not supposed to show the other person, I don't think. So let me see who's in the front. Okay. We're supposed to just pull it up and then look. All right.
Okay, hold on.
You got it?
Okay. All right, so this is what we like. Here it is. All right, ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So, who is more likely to cry in public? Okay, but this doesn't necessarily, it's not really accurate because I don't cry. It takes a lot for me to cry, so I guess I would be more likely than him, but I don't really cry. Period.
Yeah,
So
it's not too much that'll like touch a nerve. Like if I watch a really good movie, like I'll add a little, you know, if it's like a real emotional moment, you know. But I mean, that's just good storytelling. You know, I fancy myself a writer, so I would want to move people in the same way. So I'm not ashamed to say that a good story can do that. But yeah, it's not like a, yeah. If I wanted it not to happen, it wouldn't happen.
I just realized something. Just FYI, hubby has a hubby shirt like wifey, but he left it.
I thought that was mine.
Because he keeps my shirts in his drawers. So when he thought he had both of the shirts, we have another couple of shirts, they were actually mine and I couldn't find mine. So just in case y'all.
Yeah, it says hubby since
2016.
Yeah.
So okay.
So my bad. I mean, if you just wanted me to apologize on camera, my bad.
Go ahead and check attitude.
Come on, you said 15 questions.
No, it's 30. Who is more likely to forget birthdays? Next. Who's more likely?
We're not going to elaborate on that?
Oh.
I mean, while it's not forgetting because I don't care, I will remember her birthday, but I'm more likely to forget, you know,
anybody's birthday,
former friends and stuff. But I'm just saying, so because me personally, I'm not big on birthdays. When it's my wife, of course, I make it a big deal. My brother, we share a birthday that's a month apart, pretty much different years, but the same day, a month apart. So his is on the same day, mine is on the same day. So it's easier for me to remember that. Plus we brothers and we kind of grew up, you know, close to each other. But other than that, it's like it's not a lot of birthdays that I have to celebrate other than my wife's anyway, you know.
So who's more likely to get drunk?
This is because she's a lightweight. If you're talking about slurred speech or you know, a little tipsy,
nice. A little tipsy.
She starts feeling nice. Now we do, you know, have a Christian element to our vlogging, and we stand by that.
But so, I feel like a drink every now and then, a glass of wine in moderation. My moderation just happens to be naturally low.
Yeah, so I'm
So
just,
one drink or two is enough for me.
yeah, so I mean, the drunk thing doesn't really apply to us, but if
No.
we're playing the game, like, she gets tipsy real easy and I don't let her drink too much in the first place.
All right, question 4. Who's more likely to be sleepy?
Next question. Next question.
Really?
You better talk about it. I value my sleep.
Question number 5. Who's more likely to be impatient? Who's more likely to fall whilst walking? Number 7. Who's more likely to laugh at the wrong moment? Babe, you gonna get a beating.
Now this is how you define the question. Now, wrong moment meaning inappropriate. That's her. But I have like an Edgar Wright, childish Gambino sense of humor, so I'll laugh at stuff that she doesn't get. So if it's just like an off sense of humor, then that's when I would laugh. But if it's just like her laughing at stuff, it's just like, why are you laughing at that? That's definitely her. Yeah.
Who is more likely to fart in public? What you say? Oh, yeah.
I mean,
If I do, it's really quiet. Then you won't know it.
I mean, it's like,
I've never heard you fart in public.
I mean, it's not like something I actively do.
I mean, well, or you wouldn't need to say like how we'll say it in each other's presence. Like you would be like, hey, that is.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing the game. But if who's more likely, it's definitely me.
Okay.
Because I mean, I get pretty gassy. What's my gonna say?
Okay. Yeah. Who's more likely to be a flirt? Yeah, I don't know this one. Why would it be me? I can't even put neither one of us. Why would it be me?
She's more likely to be a flirt simply because she's a nicer, more extroverted person compared to myself. So I think a lot of occasions guys have like misconstrued her niceness as flirting. So I'm not saying she's flirting, but who's more likely to flirt, or from the other person's perspective who's flirting, it'll be her. Now if you flip it like I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, it's amazing that we even married. I'm so inept when it comes to.
But you flirted with me at the elevator. All right, so question number 10. Who's more likely to spend all their money on something stupid? I can't answer that either. Why am I spending money on something stupid? Stupid according to who?
I'm just playing the game. Okay, I mean, it's not that she spends money on stuff that's stupid, it's just that she spends a lot of money. So, compared to me, I mean, I'm the frugal one. Got a little sprinkle on.
It just depends, because there's times that I don't spend money.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's like just burning through money, but compared to me, she spends money. So when I look at the stuff she spends money on, I'm saying, why you buy that?
You may never ask me that. But okay. You having conversations with me in your mind and you're not telling me?
No, I tell you, I just phrase it differently. I was like, oh, okay. Did we need that? I mean, we got a little sprinkle going on behind us, but we gonna rock through it.
All right. So next question, number 11. Who is more likely to get a stalker?
Woo.
Simply because I kind of had a stalker.
Yeah, for the same reason.
On social
She's nice to
media.
people. You can't be nice to certain nerds. Certain nerds just get like real attached. And that's basically what happened to me. Like she's talking to me.
All right. Who's more likely to cry in a sad movie? Yay!
I mean, she is too, but I just admitted to her, so it'd be like contradiction if I didn't own up to it.
Yeah. Okay, who is more likely to talk to animals? I talk to plants. So yes. Okay, who is more likely to marry a celebrity? I guess this one will be, yeah.
Seeing as how she was in a serious relationship with a celebrity,
We will not name names.
yeah, it'd probably be her.
Okay, who is more likely to be the first one to die in the zombie apocalypse? I will kill you.
Like I said, like I'm standing by the fact that, I mean, okay, so we watched the show, The Walking Dead, and at this point in the story, if you watch the show, it's only a certain type of people that's still around. I'm not that type of person, okay? So she'll probably carol her way through a couple situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm praying about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna be like Father Gabriel, so I'm gonna be praying about it too.
All right. Who's more likely to be a drama queen? Baby, we know each other.
Why am I most likely to be a drama queen? What does that mean in your mind?
Like overreacting sometimes. Like when I say things sometimes, or my perspective on stuff sometimes it's be like real chill or whatever, and then he'll be like, he just go deeper into the meaning of
Okay,
stuff.
so there you go. So she's right. It's a paradox, right? Because I am very, and I think we mentioned this on one of our blogs, I'm very rooted in logic and reason. So when you don't have like a basic A to Z, 1, 2, 3, cause and effect way of like thinking through things, I would get emotional because you don't consider things that way. That's the only way I know how to debate you. I can't combat your emotion or your opinion with reason. I need you to be on the reason tip, okay? Because if you're not, what are we even talking about? Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you go. Okay.
But you get what I'm saying, like.
All right. Who's more likely to watch anime? Me and him. No, babe. I watch animes now.
What's the last anime that you watched?
Whatever we watch together.
There go your answer.
I still watch them. Okay. Who's more likely to listen to classical music? All day. Me.
I mean, we both do, but I'll give it to her.
Okay.
We both like opera, we both like classical. And when we was actually dating and she put on some opera in the car, I was like,
okay. Okay. Who's more likely to always be the happy one? All the time. It takes a lot for me not to be happy, and when I get to that point, it is not pretty.
and it was something serious too.
All right. Who's more likely to be a fan of Star Wars? You're not supposed to look and then you're supposed to do it together. I like Star Wars, but it's not like I'm running to the theater.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like a general pop culture nerd, so I enjoy Star Wars, but I'm not like super in it like that. So comparing us together, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Me and my dad actually grew up watching Star Trek together, though. Star Trek Next Generation,
I watched Star Trek.
Star Trek Voyager. It had like a little more like meat on it, even though like movie-wise they kind of don't have that anymore. But it was something you could think about, something that made you think about like a possible future for human beings to aspire to, where they're just into like personal growth and discovery and exploration and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Star Wars is about war. It's about money. It's about power. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's more likely to skydive? Why do you think that?
I mean, cause I'm very much more adventurous.
That is not
when
true.
it comes to stuff. The only thing that keep me from doing stuff is the price tag. Like I'm not gonna spend my money on no bungee jumping and no skydiving. Now, if you give me a Groupon and it's 2 for 1 or it's 80% off, then I'll do it. You know, case in point, she had the opportunity just yesterday to go scuba diving, which is the 10-foot rope.
But if you had said let's go, I would have gone.
No, and I did not go.
Because of the price.
Exactly, but it wasn't because I didn't want to do it.
But I didn't want to do it. I was just wanting to come.
And I told her she
every
could go.
5 or so minutes.
Okay, so she didn't want to do it.
The lady said we were going to be down there for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, this is not a fish called Shana. I need to be able to come up like in 5 minutes. Or if I tug on the rope, like pull me up, but then I'm gonna want to go back down. So that it was just too long.
But that's the adventure, though. Like if the adventure is skydiving, then that's the adventure. You can't say, oh, I only want to skydive from this place over some water. Like you don't set the terms necessarily. You just do the adventure. So she didn't want to do the adventure.
Okay.
Snorkeling was enough for me.
It was so fun too, y'all. Oh my gosh. I finally learned when I got in. Oh, and the people on the boat said too. When I got in, when we got out, and the gentleman said, you know, how was it? And I said it was really fun. I said at first I couldn't breathe. Like I didn't know how to breathe, you know, because you have to just do it through your mouth. And then I said, well, my husband, when I came up or when I was trying to go down, he said, think of Darth Vader. Darth Vader. And that sound, like how he does that, how he projects that, and so like I had it like that. So when I told them that on the boat, and you know, I kind of turned after that, and I heard the guy say, "Wow, that was a really good tip," like you know. So, but I had it immediately. I was under like a long time. When we went to Costa Rica last year, he didn't tell me that. I kind of figured, but I did not do as well there as I did yesterday. So it is, you have to think about breathing underwater. The lady was even saying that about whales, you know, like we breathe, the whales have to think about breathing. You know, half of it, they have to shut down half of their brain and sleep so that they can, you know, be underwater, and it's totally different. So even as we were under the water, like you have to think about how to do it. And I had to come up, you know, often enough to regroup, because then when you start to forget just being human, then the water comes up in your mouth. So, but it was fun.
Very fun.
All right, so next question. Who is more likely to be hungry 24/7?
On to the next one. On to
I'm not even going to say, okay, or whatever. Okay, who's more likely to know all the words to a TV show theme song?
Okay, this is wait. This is the caveat. If the themes of the show is before 1988, she knows. If the show is after 1988, I know it. Okay, this woman keeps me up watching Matlock, even though I don't have no lyrics, and Golden Girls. Okay.
Moving on. All right, who's more likely to drop their phone after they bought it? They can put NYIA in this bad boy. I guess it would be me. Yeah.
Case in point, my last upgrade was from an iPhone 3GS to an iPhone 6. So I keep a phone as long as I can keep it. So
I don't think I necessarily drop phones. I get phones wet. All right, who's more likely to have the most piercings? Yep. Who's more likely to hold their breath the longest? I mean, he was under the water, like he had to go change from the kitty flotation device to the let me dive deeper vest. yesterday.
Yeah, I was surprised at how buoyant the salt water was. Like, you really have to try to get under the water. Like, so once I kind of saw that, I was like, I mean, because that's physics, right? The salt water makes you more buoyant, but I didn't know it would make me float as much as it did, you know. So once I saw that, I wasn't as worried as I was when we were first going out there.
Yeah. All right. Who's more likely to give all their money to charity? I like to be charitable, but all of the money? I would have thought it was you.
Why do you think it's me?
Well, because you always kind of remind us, or you keep up with us, like, in our giving.
I think it's a team effort. I think we do that for each other.
Okay, well that's good for the other dude. That's good. Okay. All right. Who's more likely to ask some stupid questions? Now, see, I knew you were gonna say me, but yesterday you told me that I don't ask stupid questions when I said, "Babe, this might be a stupid question."
She doesn't ask stupid questions. She asks a lot of questions that to me are stupid. No, I'm just kidding. They're just not, she's not into like a lot of pop culture stuff, so they're not stupid questions at all. They're just questions that, from my perspective, being like a super nerd and a sports fan, and even into like politics the way I am, and her sister, you know, is an attorney and all that kind of stuff, so, you know, she knows a lot of stuff too, but she doesn't like watch CNN like I do and all that kind of stuff. Like, she kind of separates that and kind of, you know, stay mellow. So she'll ask a question and it'll be like news for like the past 3 days. I'm like, why don't you know that this is news? You know, so.
I'm sorry. I really appreciate the Lord sending him to me, because he is super smart, and so I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. I don't keep up with the news.
And she keeps me from being into it too. Sorry to cut you off, but it is a give and take, because like I'm in it so much, or watch it on the news so much, and I'm like, why am I putting my nerves through this? Like, you know, watching these things, and you want to be involved, and you want to have some level of knowledge, but not all the time. So, you know, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we have 2 more questions. All right. Who's more likely to be the best at math? Duh. Math major.
All right. Disclaimer. My degree's in math, bachelor's degree, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it. It just means I persevere. So all the kids watching, and this is what I was a teacher for a year in my 20s. I gave it a try, and I might revisit it when I get older as one of those, you know, crusty old substitute teachers. That might be my, you know, my third act in life, is being one of those guys. But definitely know that it's a language, and it's something you got to build on. And I reached a point in math where it got so difficult, but I was so far in it that I couldn't quit. So I just had to just kind of push through it, got my bachelor's, and you know, my educational journey has been more ad hoc since then. You know, some online stuff. I wanted to get my master's, but it's just been like, shifting gears has been difficult. So I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you know, I'm a super smart math guy. Just like, it was hard, and I struggled. So by default, I'm better at math.
Okay. And the last question is, who's more likely to worry about things? Yeah, I just leave it up to God. I mean, that's everything.
And we recently had a spat, if you will, about this very subject. It comes down to, in order for me to be prepared for certain priorities and certain responsibilities, it has to be on my mind. So it might come off as worrying, you know, whereas to me with her, I'm not saying she does this, it just seems like she's cavalier with some things that I feel like I would be more aware of, and that I would take a little more seriously, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, kind of on my credit score, that's not going there, man. I'm just kidding. That's for us.
It's fine, because you know what? I was going to say say, and it could be, and not that, I'm not saying that being a single parent does this, but it could be that I may have been through a little bit more rougher waters than he has. Having you know, a daughter, like we came to him kind of ready-made, so I had to make decisions, you know, having her young, that I couldn't really think about or rationalize because I needed to make sure that I had things taken care of in the house, versus someone who is single or married and you kind of have either a team effort or not that kind of responsibility, that you don't have that much responsibility for another person. So again, I'm not saying that being a single parent makes you irresponsible. It's just that you have to make decisions, right, so that you can make your life as great as possible for this other human being you're taking care of. So for me, you know, I found the Lord very early in my adult life. I mean, I knew him all my life, but I mean genuinely for myself, not because my parents told me I have to get baptized, but and I just put all my faith in him, and so it didn't cause any big detriment to us, but but I had to make, you know, some decisions that I couldn't worry about all the time, you know. So that's probably what it is, because trust me, I do look back on some of those decisions and think, what the heck, girl? But it's fine, because I feel like life is ups and downs. You have the good and the bad, and you have to take them both and just keep on moving. So that's behind me now, because they take care of us.
And I'm nice and prudent and frugal and reliable. Those are all such sexy things.
Yeah, they are. He does now allow me to spend money on stupid things. But I'm still mindful, you know, I don't want to, I'm an asset, okay? I am an asset. Alright, so that's it, y'all. This was fun.
That's it.
You guys are seeing that, well, it's early here, so I am going to post this today, so you see it's Sunday. But it may be Sunday late where you guys are, but it's Sunday early. It's like 2:30. So I'm going to go ahead and post it, though, because we want you to see it today and enjoy it. And yay, Falcons!
Yay, Falcons.